Today, we're heading out to the heart of Argyll and Bute in Scotland to explore the incredible stone walls and the deep, deep past of Kilmartin Castle. This is one of those places where history isn't just something you read about in a book. It feels like it's literally in the air you breathe.
So when you picture an old Scottish castle, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's ghost stories, right? Well, Kilmartin Castle absolutely delivers on that front. In fact, it's often called the most haunted castle in Scotland. Now that's a reputation. It's built on just tons of reports of paranormal stuff happening inside. So yeah, that's where we're gonna start, with the mystery that pulls everybody in.
But look, beyond all the whispers and spooky legends, this castle has a real, fascinating story to tell. So let's peel back that layer of hauntings for a minute. What other secrets? I'm talking history, architecture, culture are just waiting for us inside those ancient walls. Come on, let's find out. Okay, so our journey really starts right at the beginning, with the castle's foundations and the family who built it. Because this place isn't just a pile of rocks, It's a living testament to centuries of Scottish history, literally built to stand the test of time. I want you to just think about this for a second. Over 800 years. The MacDougall family, the ones who first built the castle, have been in this area for more than 800 years. That is an absolutely incredible legacy. It's a connection to the land that's even older than the castle itself, and it really grounds the whole story. So you can really see the castle's story play out over the centuries. It all starts back in the 14th century as a MacDougall family stronghold, a tough, rugged fortress built for defense. Then fast forward to the 16th century and it gets this major makeover from Archibald Campbell. That's where it gets the grand Renaissance feel it still has today. And then much more recently, in 1954, its importance was officially recognized, making sure it's protected for all of us to see. All right, let's head inside. We're stepping through the main doors now. If the outside tells a story about defense and just pure endurance, the inside reveals this whole other world of art, politics, and what daily life was like hundreds of years ago. Remember those 16th century renovations? They didn't just add a few new things. They infused the castle with this really unique mix of Scottish and French Renaissance design. And this was no accident. It's a reflection of something called the Auld Alliance, this long-standing political and cultural bond between Scotland and France. So what you get is this amazing architectural style that's both super ruggedly Scottish and, at the same time, really elegantly European. And the absolute heart of this design is the Great Hall. Seriously, just imagine walking into this space. You've got these super high ceilings soaring way up above you, and the light is just catching all these incredible, ornate, carved details. This wasn't just a room, It was a statement of power, of sophistication. It was the absolute center of life in the castle. The castle is basically a museum too, just filled with treasures that make its history come alive. Yeah, you'll see the big stuff like period paintings and these amazing rich tapestries. But for me, it's the smaller things that really connect you to the past. We're talking about historic coins, bits of pottery, and even ancient inscriptions, messages left by the actual people who lived here centuries ago. How cool is that? Okay, so from the heart of the castle, let's go up. We're gonna climb to its highest point. Every fortress needs a good vantage point, right? And at Kilmartin, I promise you, the journey up is just as impressive as the view you get when you finally reach the top. So we're heading up the castle keep. It's this classic, really well-preserved medieval tower. Just the climb itself feels like you're walking back in time. And the reward? Oh, the reward is this absolutely breathtaking panoramic view of the entire Argyll and Bute countryside. You can see for miles and miles, and it suddenly becomes so clear why they chose this exact spot. It's all about strategy. Now, after all that rugged stone up in the keep, the experience back down on the ground is totally different. The castle is surrounded by these beautifully manicured gardens. It's just so peaceful, so tranquil. It's such a huge contrast to the fortress's original purpose, It makes it the perfect spot for a quiet walk or even a picnic. So yeah, it's pretty clear that Kilmartin Castle is not just some dusty old relic. It is a vibrant, living monument that's still welcoming visitors from all over the world today. And its modern relevance, it even stretches all the way to Hollywood. The castle's timeless look has made it a super popular filming location for a whole bunch of movies and TV shows. It's out there capturing imaginations on the big screen. Now, if you're thinking about planning a visit, the good news is the admission is really reasonable. You've got your prices for adults, concessions, and children, and get this, kids under 5 get in completely free. So it's a really accessible day out for pretty much anyone who loves Scottish history.
Honestly, you could easily spend a whole day here. You can take a guided tour to get all the hidden stories, explore those beautiful gardens, have a picnic on the grounds, or you could even wander into the charming little village of Kilmartin right nearby and grab a pint at the local pub.
But the castle really comes alive during its special events. All through the year, it hosts everything from concerts to traditional Scottish gatherings. They're called Sealadies, and even the Highland Games. The absolute highlight, though, is the annual Kilmartin Castle Gathering, which is this huge celebration honoring the incredible history and culture of the MacDougall family. And this is really important. They've made sure the castle is welcoming to absolutely everyone. It's wheelchair accessible, and you can even request adapted guided tours if you have specific needs. They're making sure everyone gets a chance to experience this amazing piece of history.
So let's end on this final thought. We've seen how this place evolved from a fortress to a landmark, from a family home to a modern destination. So if you could stand right in front of these ancient stones that have seen over 600 years of history, what's the one question you'd ask them?